This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, the annual Build Maine Conference kicked off its two-day event in Skowhegan today as Maine businesses come together to combat housing and environmental issues. Our Grace Blanchard has the story.
The Build Maine Conference welcomed organizations and businesses from across the state back to Skowhegan on Wednesday. This two-day event features a series of workshops and lectures in an effort to build a better future and combat the housing crisis. The event is held in partnership with Grow Smart Maine, an organization that works to revitalize historic neighborhoods and communities. CEO Nancy Smith says this event aims to empower people to take action.
Whether it's developing a business in the downtown, like here in Skowhegan, or housing, there's great ways to do a lot of good work.
Smith says Grow Smart Maine approaches the housing issue in a way that respects the climate crisis as well. Many organizations at the event have a similar mission. An architect with Knickerbocker Group, a custom home design business, says tiny homes may be the future to tackling both environmental and housing issues in Maine.
And that there's 20,000 housing units that we're short in Maine that we need to supply. Our goal here, especially with our modular manufacturing facility, is to produce homes not only rapidly in comparison to conventional ways of building, but also to do so with a higher quality product.
The group showcased a model of one of their latest eco-friendly tiny homes at the event, which utilizes local and renewable resources.
This will definitely help address the housing crisis, but also really bolster the housing stock in Maine and provide a much better product for Maine and its residents. So.
Attendees like Gray Town Manager Nate Rudy say state lawmakers need to be doing more to help fight this crisis.
The state government needs to understand that housing is linked to jobs, which is linked to transportation, which is linked to just general economic health and prosperity in this whole state. And in order for us to make housing happen at the local level, we need support, and we need our legislators and policymakers to understand how all of those different elements are linked together.
Rudy says he hopes to see more policymakers attending Build Maine at next year's conference. In Skowhegan, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
More than 46,000 Maine children rely on food from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. Congresswoman Shelley Pingree defended that program today under the threat of proposed cuts. She testified during what may be the House Agriculture Committee's only hearing on nutrition.
We're talking about making more cuts, more restrictions. Well, when 170,000 Mainers lost SNAP emergency allotments in March, $17 million a month was drained from our state's economy and taken away from hungry families. We've already made severe cuts. People are already reeling for what we have done.
Pingree ended her testimony by saying the U.S. is the wealthiest country in the world and we should not be debating whether people should be able to put food on the table. Meanwhile, the Senate has given unanimous approval to a bill that would directly support Maine's lobster fishing industry. LD 1552 would establish a lobster innovation fund to provide stipends to the holders of Class 1, 2, and 3 lobster fishing licenses to participate in the testing of new fishing technologies. The bill appropriates payments of $1 million each year for the next 2 fiscal years. In August 2021, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, released federal regulations as part of a plan to protect right whales. Maine fishermen and state officials say there's been a lack of evidence to link current lobster practices to any right whale deaths. NOAA's proposed rules were still passed and have been challenged in federal court. In December 2022, Maine's congressional delegation and Governor Mills secured a 6-year moratorium on the implementation of those rules. LD 1552 faces further votes in the House and Senate. The Maine CDC reports there's been a rise in animals testing positive for rabies this year, and they're reminding people to take steps to prevent the spread. Since the start of this year, the Maine CDC has confirmed 30 cases of rabies in raccoons, skunks, bats, a fox, and a woodchuck. 12 of those cases were recorded in Cumberland County alone. Rabies activity was significantly lower in 2022, with a total of 35 cases reported the entire year. Infected animals may show a variety of symptoms or no symptoms at all. However, once symptoms develop, rabies is almost always fatal. The Maine CDC is warning people to be careful around wild animals and to take steps to protect yourself and your pets from rabies. They encourage everyone to keep your pet's rabies vaccination up to date, feed your pets indoors, keep garbage cans or other sources of food tightly secured. You should also not feed, touch, or adopt wild animals as they could be carrying the disease. Be cautious of stray dogs and cats, and if you spot one, you should contact your local animal control center. Also, do not move wildlife, as doing so can spread rabies into new areas. And finally, if you are bitten or scratched by an animal, wash your wounds thoroughly with soap and water for 10 to 15 minutes, and then contact your healthcare provider. Herman High School students will soon need parental permission to access the school's library. Our David Ledford has the story.
After months of back and forth between parents and Herman schools, school board officials have come up with a new plan for handling books containing sexual content. Herman High School principal Brian Walsh told the Herman School Board Monday that parents will be asked to choose between 3 levels of library access for their kids, starting this fall. Full access, no access, or restricted access to content containing mature or adult themes.
If you're trying to check a book out that is classified at a different level, a warning comes up on the screen.
The process will be similar to other forms parents regularly fill out to determine their child's level of internet access on school computers. As a default, all students will have no access to library materials until the form is returned.
I was pleasantly surprised when I heard Mr. Walsh present his idea. I think it's an amazing start. It's exactly what we've been asking for. And my thought was, it's unfortunate it took this long, but I commend him and his leadership of hearing us because we really felt unheard by our school committee.
Some members of the town say the change is a step in the right direction.
We have spent months talking to the school committee, a group of us, and trying to get them to put some sort of sexual content standards in as age appropriate. Parents are the best to decide what is appropriate for their children when it comes to what materials to read.
When a proposed book rating system at the school was discussed back in January, which would rate books based on their sexual content, high schoolers spoke out against the idea of taking the decision away from the students.
To me, it feels like parents in this community have sort of sought to attack children in school.
Assault on literature and on knowledge is absolutely deplorable. I don't see any real issue with these books because, fun fact, sex happens.
Principal Walsh told the board he hopes the change will promote communication.
We're hopeful that this will cause parents and kids to have good conversations.
In Herman, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Another gloomy day out there today, and Jeff Weller has a first look at our forecast to let us know if that's going to change anytime soon.
Hey, Peter, thank you. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather is brought to you by Webb's RV. Check out the spring and summer specials on RVs and campers. Don't forget, we have the sharpest pencil in town, and we also have the coolest temperatures around the area right now, with highs basically in the 50s today, with that north breeze, some rain showers in the air. It made it kind of feel like fall out there for many of you, with these high temperatures in the 50s today. And get used to it, right? We're going to have more days like this coming forward, with some rain showers back in the forecast for tomorrow. Also for Friday, before we finally kick this out of here, most likely over the weekend. All courtesy of this, an upper level low kind of sitting and spinning over us. It will keep doing this with some light showers in there, basically into Saturday morning. Our forecast then for tonight, there was cloudy skies, a bit breezy out there, scattered rain showers out there, lows down near 50. Your full forecast is coming up. Peter?
All right, Jeff, thanks so much. And coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, we'll have much more in local news, sports, and your full forecast. Stay with us.
Join Maine's credit unions and donate to the Campaign for Ending Hunger $100,000 challenge. Now through June 30th, every dollar raised will help ensure Mainers have access to nutritious meals. Donate today at campaignforendinghunger.org.
Dave Matthews Band Live. Friday, June 16th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. On On sale Friday at 10 a.m. at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. Pre-order the new album Walk Around the Moon now.
Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority. And with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo.
The first ever Mazda CX-50, purpose-built for the outdoors. With our most advanced driving technology for responsive, consistent performance, on-road and off, that entices you to go further, more often.
Find your new Mazda today at Varney Mazda, 260 Hogan Road in Bangor, and discover what Varney value is all about.
When Dover Audiology wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Come to Dover Audiology and find out where people from Kittery to Eastport go to get their hearing aids. Knowledgeable, friendly, and reasonable. Dover Audiology is your best place for hearing solutions.
Join Maine's credit unions and donate to the Campaign for Ending Hunger $100,000 challenge. Now through June 30th, every dollar raised will help ensure Mainers have access to nutritious meals. Donate today at campaignforendinghunger.org.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Three family members who were killed during a domestic violence incident in 2011 have not been forgotten. The town of Harmony and local organizations have come together to remember them in a special way. Our Matthew Jurancic has the story.
Vance Ginn has been on a mission to rebuild the memorial dedicated to Amy, Cody, and Monica Lake after weather and time deteriorated it. Fundraising $15,000 from surrounding Masonic lodges over the past year, the memorial now has a new wall and stone steps.
It makes me very proud to be a Mason.
Along with the renovations came something new. 3 granite benches recognizing the 3 family members killed. Amy Lake's father, Ralph Bagley, was visibly moved when he saw the benches for the first time.
I just don't have really words to say that the appreciation that we have for this.
While Ginn calls this a Masonic project, he says it's the public that really stepped up to make this happen.
The only way that we could do it is because we had the great donation by York Landscaping, and there was also a young lady that was a very good friend of Amy. She donated a $4,000 check.
Ginn also lost his daughter to domestic violence. He says rebuilding this memorial is extra special.
To some of us, this has more meaning than what it appears to most people. It means a great deal to me. It means more than what it might mean to other people.
Final touches are expected to be complete before the rededication ceremony next Tuesday, June 13th. A free meal is also planned from 12 to 2. Bagley has a simple message.
I just want to thank everybody. I can't be more appreciative, my wife and I can't, of what they have done here.
In Harmony, Matthew Jurancic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, the small town of Unity is celebrating Pride Month for the very first time this June. Our Callie Warren has that story.
The newly founded Diversity and Unity Group, co-directed by Colleen McGuire of Unity, is hosting Pride events all throughout June. The first event featured the painting of public crosswalks last Thursday to represent the Rainbow Pride flag. This incited backlash on social media, with a few locals protesting celebration of the LGBTQ+ community. These criticizing comments were highlighted on the anonymously run website unitydoesn'thate.com, which publicized Facebook comments and a petition by community members to try and stop Pride decorations on town property. McGuire states that her organization is not focusing on the controversy, but instead choosing to focus on the outpouring of support from the community.
There will always be a handful of people who have something to say, but 96% have been amazing. I've had people contacting me wanting to be part of things. As much as this little group says things, every time they do, we get a resurgence of new volunteers and new participants. And
That 96% includes many local businesses that are showing support for increased inclusion in Unity, like Northern Solstice Alpaca Farm, led by Diversity and Unity board member Robin Fowler-Pratt and her wife.
And I think for the first time, we have several business leaders of every type of human you can imagine here, and all saying, this is not a gay thing, this is about welcoming all people.
Unity resident and Mountview High School senior Frankie Roberts spoke out regarding their perspective on the need for pride and unity. Roberts, who assisted in the painting of the crosswalk, said they received rude gestures and got cursed at by passing vehicles while decorating the street.
If you're trying to look at these events negatively, just kind of keep in mind, we're just people doing our thing, being proud of ourselves, and that's not any different from people that are not in the community celebrating themselves or being prideful in themselves.
Individuals that want to get involved in Diversity and Unity events should visit diversityandunity.org. In Unity, Callie Warren, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Great to see the Unity community embracing its name and welcoming all people. Well, still to come on ABC7 News at 6. We'll hear from Maine baseball head coach Nick Durba as he reflects on his team's 2023 campaign. That story coming right up.
Looking to haul a new piece of equipment? Homeowners or commercial, Coops Truck and Equipment has the right trailer for you. Coops is the largest dealer of truck flatbeds and hauler bodies in this state and can replace any old rusty bed or outfit any new truck. Our full-service facility can modify all truck and trailers with steel and aluminum fabricators on duty. We are your go-to place for CM truck bodies, H&H trailers, and load trail trailers. For trailers, truck bodies, truck outfitting, and more, it's Coops.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
Hi, this is Jason.
And this is Jessica from Tossie's Checkout,
a family-owned business located in Glenburn.
Inviting you to come experience that welcoming hometown feeling when you're visiting our neck of the woods.
You can always expect tasty treats,
pizza,
spirits,
familiar faces,
and quality gasoline.
With summer approaching and Pushaw Lake nearby,
we look forward to seeing your smiling faces.
Come check us out.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Hey Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes from Herman Meadow Golf Club or The Local. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick 'em Red Sox is sponsored by Brent's Chiropractic Clinic in Bangor, Eddington Store in Eddington, Maine Collision Center in Bangor, and Twin City Tile in Brewer.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Herman Motor Company. Whether you're looking for a new vehicle or to have your current vehicle serviced or detailed, Herman Motor Company has it all.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with tennis. In Portland Wednesday, the state tennis team championships being held. 2 classes have had their boys and girls champs crowned so far. let's check out some highlights from Class B. Boys Class B, Yarmouth facing Foxcroft Academy. Top singles match featuring Quinn Federley of Yarmouth and Jerry Wynn of Foxcroft. First set, Federley down 5-2. What a rocket of an ace there for the point, but Wynn bounces right back. After a long volley, he'll deliver a crushing backhander to win the first set 6-2. He would win the second. However, the Clippers would sail away with a 4-1 win to capture Class B. Girls Class B, Greeley facing Foxcroft Academy again. The Rangers' Isabel Wright facing Annie Rains of Foxcroft. Wright taking the first set 6-1, up big in the second. And after a long volley, the unforced error by Rains, Wright goes on to win in straight sets as Greeley wins the girls' state title 5-0 over Foxcroft. And now to the results from Class C. Class C South sweeps Class C. Waynfleet defeats Orono boys 5-0 for their 15th straight state crown. Maranacook girls defeat Washington Academy 4-1. Moving on to some baseball now, the University of Maine recently returned from their first NCAA tournament experience since 2011. The Black Bears set out at the season to win 30 games, win the America East, go to a regional, and win a game down there. And this season they accomplished 3 of those 4 goals. Maine landed in Coral Gables, Florida for the regional, dropping their first 2 games of the double elimination tournament. And while the team is certainly happy with how the season turned out, they're not too thrilled with how it ended.
I think that the guys in general are probably really satisfied with the fact they got there, but I don't know if we have a lot of guys that are sitting here saying they're really satisfied with how we left, and that's really important.
For the Black Bears, they return the entirety of their pitching staff that led the conference in ERA. They bring back the Conference Player of the Year, Jeremiah Jenkins, and have a boatload of young talent ready to step up. So they're confident they'll be able to take another crack at a regional in no time.
I'm excited for next year because of who we're bringing back as a collective group as well. We're bringing back an entire pitching staff that led the America East in ERA. We're bringing back a lot of our lineup. We're going to be able to reload with some really key incoming guys, and I think we're poised to go rattle off a third consecutive regular season championship and hopefully another conference championship.
Okay, let's go to some playoff baseball now. Class B quarterfinals Wednesday afternoon up in Orono. 8-seed MDI coming up to Mahaney Diamond to play the top-seeded Old Town Coyotes. Coyotes with the bases loaded up big in the 5th, but MDI's Colin Sullivan gets out of the jam, sends Aiden Gom down on strikes. Top of the 6th, Gabe Gifford. He was the story of the day. He gets Logan Blanchette chasing here. He only allowed 1 hit on the day. At the plate now, grounds a single through the right side. His 3rd hit of the day, gets a good jump in the next at-bat. And check him out here. He easily gets into second stealing, and then he comes around to score on an RBI grounder from Jackson Lazat. Back on for the 7th, and Gifford would set them down in order. Gives Brandon Graves down on strikes and ends the game by painting the corner on Isaac McDonald. His 18th strikeout of the outing, including his 300th career K. Old Town wins 9-0. And that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. Here's Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast. Jeff.
Ryan, thank you. Your full weather is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor. And okay, so for us, let's start here. Making national news today, of course, is the air quality across parts of New England. We are not in that. We have an upper level low over us right now. The air quality is good, but places like New York City, back to Boston, Philadelphia, hazardous air quality there today, likely continuing there tomorrow as well. Okay, we have this, though, an upper level low across the region, bringing us some sprinkles, some showers, the occasional rumble of thunder, but notice how it's not moving very much at all. If anything, it's moving west at about 5 miles per hour. That's going to keep this thing sitting and spinning over us, not just for tonight, but through tomorrow, through Friday, basically getting out of here over the weekend. And until then, that's over us. So good weather is off to the west of us. We will get into this basically over the weekend, and then temperatures will surge into the 70s, even some low low 80s on the map next 5 days. Right now, though, the wind is out of the northeast around 5 to 10 miles per hour with some light rain showers out there, temperatures in the 50s. It feels like fall out there today. Look at these highs, 58 Millinocket, 57 for Bangor, also for Bar Harbor. There were some 60s back off to our west, those will stay there. Basically, we'll have high temperatures in the 50s again across the region tomorrow. And again, we're not going to get rid of this thing. So this is like a third day in a row of this. We'll have it again tomorrow and for Friday, followed by a good break in the action, most likely later Saturday into Sunday, with much better weather for us for next week. Until then, though, lots of clouds out there tonight, lots of sprinkles and showers out there as well. Here's tomorrow, 7 o'clock or so, some sprinkles, showers, and clouds. Here's tomorrow evening, some sprinkles, showers, and clouds. I know, right? Some more rain showers on Friday into Friday evening, and then begin to break this thing up on Saturday. But again, that's going to take several days to do so. Until then, the rain showers, although not heavy, are beginning to add up just a bit, right? So overall, we could see a half inch of rain or so across our region into early parts of Saturday morning. Okay, our forecast then for tonight, though. Rain and drizzle out there, low temperatures down in the upper 40s or so, with a calm wind after midnight. For tomorrow, all right, here we go. So scattered rain showers again. I went with 61, but many of you could easily get stuck in the upper 50s across the area again for tomorrow, with an east wind around 5. So very much like today, tomorrow, and also on Friday. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows the story, right? So tomorrow, rain showers, a little bit of wind in there, cool temperatures, lots of clouds. Press repeat for Friday, same story, 63. Then a front's going to come through, though, on Saturday. Maybe a couple of thunder showers in there. They lift the air just up on Saturday afternoon. That's the front we need, though, to get all this thing out of here. And then look what happens on Sunday into Monday. We're talking mid-upper 70s again with, finally, some sunshine. Peter?
All right, better things are to come. Thank you, Jeff. And there are still more stories to come after the break. Stay with us.
Summer can't come soon enough. And by the time it gets here, it flies by too fast. Here's an idea. Let's start summer sooner. Let's fly someplace warm. Let's fly someplace sunny. Let's start at Bangor International Airport, making tomorrow's memories today. The official airport of summer sooner. The official airport of you. FlyBangor.com.
Herman Meadow is a very user-friendly golf course. We have some very good rates. We have discounts for military people. We have discounts for seniors, individual and group lessons for juniors.
The greens, especially this year, they're in excellent shape. It's not a course that won't allow you to hit the ball 10 or 12 times on any hole and still have fun.
There's some challenges out there, but there's also some risk rewards.
It's convenient. You can come in Union Street, you can come in Route 2. It's just in a great location.
It's just a fun place to play.
For a better center to serve you, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. For a bigger selection of trusted brands, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. And to better service your ride, no matter the size, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. Master mechanics, free shuttle service, and the fair deals you deserve. Take Littlefield Avenue to Bangor Tire, beside Dysart's in Herman. BangorTire.com.
We're more than just a tire store.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota LO1 series is rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Powerful Kubota diesel engine, ease of operation, and your choice of a dependable Kubota gear or HST transmission. The durable Kubota LO1 series tractor. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
I got hurt in a car accident, and I've got some questions. Can a lawyer start working on my case for no money up front?
I answer car accident questions like these every day. Call the twos. We win for you.
Call 222-2222.
Tonight, as former President Trump waits to see if he will be indicted, the 2024 campaign trail heats up. With GOP candidates jumping in and battling for your votes, more Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
For anyone looking for a new career opportunity, Hollywood Casino in Bangor will be hosting a job fair tomorrow, offering full-time and part-time positions. The fair is open to anyone looking for a little extra money over the summer or for someone who just wants to pursue a new career path. There are openings in food and beverage, security, along with a variety of hospitality positions, with a seasonally adjusted wage of $1.50 extra per hour during the summer months. The casino is also offering enrollment into their next dealer school.
Dealers are averaging about $30 an hour in tips. The dealer school is about 2 weeks before you audition out for a position, and then an additional 2 weeks while you are onboarding and preparing for new hire orientation. So within 4 weeks, you could be starting a job making somewhere around $40 an hour.
The job fair will provide an informal introduction to potential candidates where they will be given behind-the-scenes access and speak to employees firsthand about what their potential jobs will entail.
We do what's called a real job preview. We take them to the area that they'd be working, and so they can actually see what it is that they'd be doing, what the uniform looks like, and we talk to them about all of those specifics.
If you or someone you know is interested, a table will be set up at the casino's hotel lobby. The job fair taking place again tomorrow from 3 to 6 p.m. Finally tonight, researchers at California State University Long Beach used drones to study juvenile white sharks along the Californian coastline and how close they swim to humans in the water. Turns out it's pretty close. That's according to the university's Shark Lab, whose researchers published their findings Friday. There were no reported shark bites in any of the 26 beaches surveyed between January 2019 and March of 2021. The juvenile sharks mostly congregated in 2 spots and swam near humans on 97% of the days surveyed in those areas. The sharks often swam within 50 yards of the wave breaks closest to surfers and stand-up paddleboarders. Yikes. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. We hope you all have a great rest of your evening. We'll be right back here on the desk at 11.